to order. We will please pause for a moment of silent meditation. Okay, I will now call on Councilman David Marks, who will make an introduction and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman and members of the council. Tonight, we welcome Troops 729 and 1729 to our council meeting. Troop 729 is an all-boy unit that has operated in Towson for over 45 years, and Troop 1729 is an all-girl unit that was founded in February 2019. These units operate separately but are linked together to share various events, programs, and outings, and they are based at Towson Presbyterian Church. So I think this will be the first time that an all-girl BSA unit helps us lead the pledge. So with that, I would like to invite our scouts to join the council in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. And if my colleagues could stand, we will do that. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
With liberty and justice.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Marks. I would now like to recognize Ms. Lori Taylor Mitchell. Is she here, Chris?
Yeah. Hope you can see me.
Okay.
Hear me, I hope.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
Ms. Lori Taylor Mitchell, on behalf of the County Council, the entire County Council, we would like to thank you for joining us on behalf of the Student Support Network, which is celebrating its 1-year anniversary. The Student Support Network was created at this time last year to assist students in poverty and those experiencing homelessness in Baltimore County Public Schools. I would like to read the special resolution, the County Council recognizing your 1-year anniversary. Actually, I'll have the Council Secretary will read that resolution.
If you could just give me one moment, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Meanwhile, I will just add that many of us have came out, and I know I have on a few occasions, and joined you and your organization in distributing food. And I think it's a wonderful thing that you and your colleagues would do this. It certainly helped an awful lot of families in need, especially our students in Baltimore County Public Schools. And I remember many years ago, Ms. Mitchell, you've been a strong advocate for fighting food insecurity in our schools as it relates to our children. We had a pilot program, and I guess want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for all that you have been doing for the students of Baltimore County Public Schools, as well as many others who have benefited from your actions. Are you ready, Mr. Secretary?
Yes, sir.
Okay, take it away.
Yes, sir. Be it hereby known to all that the Baltimore County Council offers sincerest congratulations to the Student Support Network, SSN, as it celebrates its first anniversary on Saturday, March 20, 2021. The council hereby extends its respect, appreciation, and sincere congratulations to the Student Support Network as it celebrates its anniversary. The Student Support Network's mission is to assist students in poverty and those experiencing homelessness in Baltimore County Public Schools. Participants in the SSN try to address the effects of poverty affecting students and families of color, and is committed to the practice of honest and thoughtful reflection to improve communication, create inclusive programs, work to end disparities in access to resources, and create an environment that can be accessed by people. Since schools closed on March 2020, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the Student Support Network has set up weekly distributions of food and essential supplies at 3 schools Parkville High, Lock Raven Technical Academy, and Owings Mills High. These distributions were open to all Baltimore County students and families in need. So the council joins with those in celebrating those gathered today in celebrating this memorable occasion and extends its best wishes to everyone that has given so generously of their time and talent in exemplifying the highest ideals of public service. And the resolution is signed by all 7 council members.
Thank you, Mr. Boswick.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Corey Taylor Mitchell, I would like you to say a few words, and I would also like to recognize some of the, you've got a lot of strong staff that are helping you. One, a notable person is a former councilwoman, Vicki Allman, is also a big supporter and works there, as well as Jennifer Schwartz and a few others. So like the vice principal of Owings Mills High and quite a few other people. So go ahead. I don't want to try to name them all. I'll miss somebody.
Well, I will probably miss somebody too, because it's way beyond me now. But first, I would like to thank all of you, members of the county council. I'm very grateful and honored by this resolution. It really means a great deal to me and will to our board and all of our volunteers and donors as well, I'm sure. I would like to say this is the 1-year anniversary of our distribution sites that we have been operating since the week after the schools closed. The Student Support Network per se has been around for several years, but you're absolutely right. This is a landmark, a tragic landmark to be sure, but what we have accomplished in the last year, our small group, I think it's a testament to government and also volunteers in the private sector and many community organizations working together. I would just like to say we have reached the $4 million mark in terms of what we have distributed through our schools and through these 3 distribution sites, $4 million in food and essential supplies and grocery gift cards to students in need. By far our biggest donor, and we say this with tremendous gratitude, has been the government of Baltimore County. Because when Baltimore County started contributing food to our distributions last summer, that was a major game changer. The county has contributed over $1.8 million in food through the Federal CARES Act, and is continuing that support for us now. And we would never have been able to assist the tens of thousands of people we have helped without that support from Baltimore County government. So deeply grateful to the county executive, to Elizabeth Sachs and Chris McCullum, and those who, and Kevin Palmer, to name a few, who've made that possible. Councilman Jones, you mentioned other people engaged in government. To be sure, you have volunteered, David Marks has volunteered, and Vicki Almond is on our board now and is also volunteering. But also I'd like to mention state delegates. Kathy Forbes has been a site coordinator, and also Michelle Guyton is volunteering at Cockeysville Middle and is a lead volunteer for that new network school. So we have a lot of engagement through elected officials, which is wonderful, as well as community organizations, businesses, houses of worship. Nancy Hafford helped us orchestrate a wonderful connection with one of the new businesses, Shake Shack. We were part of that grand opening. I know Councilman Marks was there. So it's really a tremendous community effort that has made this happen. And I'm glad to be able to acknowledge that with you and with your support publicly. Just one last thing, though we have a lot of work to do, even with this desperately desired return to normalcy, this new massive amount of federal aid coming in. I would like to tell all of you that the poverty level in Baltimore County Public Schools has increased by 10% since the beginning of the pandemic. We have over 58,000 children now living in severe poverty who attend Baltimore County Public Schools. So the traumatic effects of this epidemic are going to be with us for a long time. And I would just ask you all to keep it in your hearts that these families that had no reserve before the pandemic don't have any reserves now either, and will not for a long time. So please, I hope that you will do whatever you can to support our families in need moving forward as we slowly come out of this, really terrible year. But in many ways, we've accomplished a lot too. So thank you very much.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, go right ahead.
That's Councilman Izzy Patoka. Ms. Taylor Mitchell, I want to thank you as well for the efforts of the Student Support Network. And I must say that the Student Support Network, our faith-based partners, are truly the unsung heroes of this pandemic, because we can allocate dollars and the federal government can allocate dollars, but if we don't have boots on the ground with the ability to distribute food, the dollars aren't worth very much. So it's a coordinated effort all the way from the federal government, the state government, the local government, and also Student Support Network and our faith-based partners who are the true boots on the ground, putting food into trunks of cars and into windows of cars. So thank you so much for what you do.
Please, Councilman Patoka, I'm so sorry. I knew I would forget someone, and you have been group boots on the ground many times also, and we're deeply grateful for the your publicization of our supports as well. So thank you so very much too. I'm sorry I forgot you the first time around.
No worries. I'm just glad that I can help.
Thank you.
Any comments from any other members before we move on?
Mr. Chair.
Yes, Councilwoman Bevins.
Thank you, Chairman. Laurie, I would just like to thank you on behalf of the families in Eastern Baltimore County, particularly in the Parkville area. I remember when this was just really a vision for you, and being in a little closet in Parkville High School, and it hadn't even been cleaned out yet. But you had a vision and you had a dream for how to fill those shelves, and not just with food, non-perishables, but with school supplies and feminine hygiene products. And you were thinking of everything that kids may need, and then with the knapsacks and taking things home for the weekend. So you really, really have had a vision, and you have, it came to fruition, and not just hundreds, but thousands of families have counted on you every weekend, I know. And to first be at one school and then now to be at 3, it's just so tremendous. So thank you and your board and everything that you do.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Councilman Bevins. I remember we still have this wonderful picture, one of my all-time favorites of you with the AVID program at Parkville. I still use that. And actually, an update, we are now in 12 schools with 2
Wow.
more about to join.
That's
So,
fantastic.
Yep.
Okay, well, again, Ms. Mitchell or Taylor Mitchell, you have been a tremendous asset to Baltimore County as well as the students. Again, like I said, I remember, you've been an advocate for many years. And when this crisis hit, you and your organization was there, as well as all the wonderful volunteers. And it speaks to the strength of our community. And it shows, like you said, between the government as well as the volunteers, it speaks to the heart of the people we have, mainly yourself and many others here in Baltimore County that are making a difference. So again, I want to congratulate you and thank you so very, very much.
All right. Well, thank you so much for having me here at this meeting. It's really been an honor, and I appreciate it so much. Thank you very much.
Keep up the good work.
Thank
All
you
right.
so much. Okay. Bye-bye now.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve the journal for the meeting of March 1st, 2021?
So moved.
It's moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. The journal is approved. Next, enrollment of bills. Bill 1021 was passed by the council, signed by the county executive, and hereby enrolled.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Councilman Katz. Councilman Katz, was that you?
second,
Councilman Katz, where are you?
Chairman Jones, he is on. I'm not sure if maybe he has a bad signal.
We need to get broadband to northern Baltimore County.
Mr. Katz, we can see you.
yeah, and I can hear you. I couldn't hear Laurie. I couldn't hear Kathy Bevins. I did hear Izzy. I don't know. Did you ask me a question?
No, we were talking about the, yes, enrollment of bills, and I did not call you.
Oh, I thought you did. Okay. I'd wanted to say something, but I guess it's too late now.
No, go right ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to thank Laurie and her group, and certainly thank other organizations in Baltimore County for all their help and assistance during this pandemic. We got an unbelievable number of inquiries asking for help, assistance, etc. And because of Laurie's group and because of our administration and how well organized everything was, we were able to get assistance to citizens in a quick and orderly fashion. And I just want to thank everyone for their involvement in this effort. It was truly, you hear a lot of criticisms of government, and I certainly do. But in this case, this county did a phenomenal job, and I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Couch. Mr. Secretary, will you now read all bills for introduction?
Yes, Mr. Chair. First bill is Bill 17-21. This is by request of the administration and also sponsored by Councilman Crandall, solicitation and acceptance of certain gifts. Bill 18-21, zoning regulations, live musical entertainment. Bill 19-21, current expense budget, sexual assault forensic evidence or SAFE grant. Bill 20-21, current expense budget, national sexual assault kit initiative. Bill 21-21, current expense budget, children with special health care needs. And Bill 22-21, sponsored by Council members Quirk and Marks, employees retirement system.
Thank you very much. The council will now consider all bills for final reading and vote. Mr. Secretary, first bill, please.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chair. Bill 12-21, food service facilities grease interceptors.
Okay, Ms. DeAndrea Walker.
Good afternoon, Chairman and members of the council. The administration requests approval for a bill to enforcement of grease interceptors in here in Baltimore County, which is currently a multi-agency, multi-step process. The title change will authorize Public Works to issue citations to offenders for non-compliance or illicit interceptors, along with the existing emergency response, pump arounds, investigation, and repair phases of grease-related overflows. Insufficient management grease can cause interruption in sewer pipeline functions, affecting nearby residents, institutions, businesses, and the environment. Overflows affect our compliance with our consent decree and can be directly related to thousands of dollars in fines. Clarifying the installation of the enforcement requirement related to grease interceptors, defining certain terms, and generally enforcement of the law by the Engineering and Regulation Division of Utilities would streamline the response time, investigation, repairs, and enforcement of the FOGS program, which is the Fats, Oil, and Grease program. This bill does not create any new restrictions for restaurants that do not already exist. Those that are currently required to operate grease interceptors will continue to have this requirement in place, while those that do not meet the qualifications will not face any new restrictions or incur any new costs. The bill basically consolidates our regulations of the interceptors into DPW. As it currently stands, those responsibilities are split between DPW and HHS. And it provides DPW a better mechanism to promote the FOG program and make inspections more efficient and to increase communication between DPW and the restaurant. in the restaurants. That ends my introduction of the bill.
Julian, you're muted.
Thank you, sir. Are there any questions or comments from the members?
Sure, Mr. Chair, I do.
Go right ahead, Councilman.
First, Ms. Walker, thank you for reaching out last week. Both you and Mr. Connor reached out. I didn't see the need to get back to you because the restaurant owners that I've been in touch with, they haven't, I've received no negativity towards the bill. And I think you just expressed the reasons why. Most restaurants are already doing this properly. They're already being inspected. But all this bill does is to basically change who's doing the inspections, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so just one question for you. I believe that several of my colleagues have reached out to restaurant owners in their district and have had the same experience. I don't want to speak for them, but one question is, the Restaurant Association was contacted. We covered this in the work session, but the Restaurant Association was contacted. Have they given any feedback on the bill at all?
They did not express any concern. They told us if they had concern, they would get back with us.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very, very much. Councilman Crandall, are there any other questions or comments? Hearing none, again, I'd just like to thank you, Ms. Walker, for walking us through it and making sure all of our concerns are heard and addressed. Mr. Secretary, please call do we need to vote on this, Mr. Secretary?
We don't need a motion or a second since the bill has been read and there are no amendments, so I can call the roll.
Please call the roll.
Yes, sir. Mr. Jones,
Aye.
Mr. Quirk,
Aye.
Mr. Patoka,
Aye.
Mr. Catch,
Aye.
Mr. Mark,
Aye.
Mrs. Bevins,
Aye.
Mr. Crandall.
Aye.
Okay, the ayes have it. Bill 12-21 is passed. Mr. Secretary, next bill, please.
Mr. Chairman, I believe those are the only bill. That's the only bill for final reading and vote.
Okay. Well, the council will now consider all fiscal matters. Extensive testimony was taken at the council's work session on March 9th. The witnesses who testified at the work session are available to restate their testimony if needed. If a council member have any questions regarding a particular fiscal matter, that item will be discussed as a separate matter. I'll now call upon the secretary to read the cover letter for fiscal matters 1 through 4.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. First, this fiscal matter is a contract with Facets Consulting LLC, evaluating consulting services for the fire department. Fiscal matter 2 is amendment number 2 to a contract with the State of Maryland University System of Maryland Court Psychiatrist's Office through the Circuit Court. Fiscal matter 3 is a contract of sale between the county and Mark and Tamara Chiswick for parcel 322 Worthington Road. Fiscal matter 4 is a contract of sale between the county and Warren and Stennis Bierman for a parcel on New Gerst Lane in 21128. Both of those last 2 fiscal matters are related to open space, and that's it.
Okay, are there any questions or comments from the members?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
just repeating what I said at the work session, I'd like to thank the administration for their help with the 2 open space acquisitions. I'd like to thank Councilwoman Bevins for her assistance with the Perry Hall acquisition. And also specifically, I'd like to thank the county executive who was really instrumental with both of these properties. And then from the non-governmental sector, the White Marsh Recreation Council and the Perry Hall Improvement Association. So thank you to all those people.
Thank you very much, Councilman Marks. I too will just co-sign on what you're saying. There's no question about it. Open space is very important to the members of our community. It's always good to see that this administration is really sincere in increasing the amount of open space we have to our citizens. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none. And if there are no further questions, is there a motion to approve fiscal matters 1 through 4?
So moved.
Second.
I'll second it. It's been moved and seconded. Mr. Secretary, please call the roll on fiscal matters 1 through 4.
Mr. Jones,
Aye.
Mr. March,
Aye.
Mrs. Bevins,
Aye.
Mr. Crandall,
Aye.
Mr. Quirk,
Aye.
Mr. Patoka,
Aye.
Mr. Catch.
Aye.
Okay, the ayes have it. Fiscal matters 1 through 4 are approved. We'll now consider all miscellaneous business. Mr. Secretary, first item, please.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Whenever a contract over $25,000 is awarded by a process other than formal competitive bid, it is required that a copy of the contract be given to the county council and the nature and parties to the contract be announced by the secretary at the next legislative session following award of the contract. This evening, there are 13 such contracts. First is Micro Automation Incorporated, software license 911 training, $56,085.79. Spinello Companies Emergency Water Repair on Roosevelt Street, $420,000. Armed Security Incorporated doing business as Butler Security for security during food distribution related to COVID-19, $190,000. Next is Worldwide Distributors Incorporated doing business as E-Lighting for masks related to COVID-19, $72,000. Next is Cintas Corporation, number 2, for sanitizers, COVID-19, $1,122,800. Next is McKesson Medical Surgical Government Solutions, LLC, doing business formerly Moore Medical, safety needles, COVID-19, $30,760. Next is MD PPE LLC, doing business as PPE USA for gloves, $25,740. Next is WB Mason Company Incorporated for clear masks, $390,195. Next is Compass Group USA, doing business as Chartwell's Dining Services, boxed meals, COVID-19, $20,000. Next is Franklin Miller Incorporated, sewage grinder and manhole for the detention center, $95,517. Worldwide Distributors Incorporating, doing business as E-Lighting for medical gowns, COVID-19, $245,180. Next is Sean T. Kane, doing business as Kane Communications LLC for consultant services during the COVID-19 media campaign for awareness, $500,000. Next is United Metropolitan Business Management, doing business as United Metro Golf Carts for golf cart rental for transportation during at the Timonium Fairgrounds during COVID-19, $28,475. And that is the last one, Mr. Chair, for this evening.
Thank you very much, Mr. Secretary. Next item, please.
Next is the council's consideration of the nomination to the Baltimore County Design Review Panel of Mr. Rajendra Sharma. Mr. Sharma is here this evening if the council has any questions or would like to receive any remarks by Mr. Sharma.
Okay, first I would like to welcome Mr. Sharma and give him an opportunity to say a few words. Mr. Sharma? You were muted. Now you're not, Mr. Sharma. Go right ahead.
Yes, it sounds apparently not working.
You're working. We can hear you.
I think that was Mr. Quirk. I don't think the sound is working, Mr. Chair.
That's right.
Okay. Mr. Sharma, last chance.
He's trying to talk. He's definitely trying to say something, but we can't hear you, Mr. Sharma.
Okay, well, Mr. Sharma, you hang on and we're going to go ahead with the order of business. And if you can get it to work, we will certainly come back and give you an opportunity to speak a little later. Meanwhile, is there a motion to approve the appointment? I'll move it.
I'll second it. Yeah.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Mr. Secretary, please call the roll on the appointment.
Mr. Jones,
Aye.
Mr. Quirk,
Aye.
Mr. Patoka,
Aye, and I'll just add that Mr. Sharma is an outstanding person.
Mr. Katz,
Aye.
Mr. Crandall,
Aye.
Mrs. Bevins,
Aye.
Mr. Marks.
Aye.
Okay, the ayes have it. The appointment is confirmed. Mr. Sharma, if you can get that audio fixed, just come back on, work with Chris, and we'll give you an opportunity to speak anytime between now and the end of the meeting. Mr. Secretary, next item, please.
Mr. Chairman, next is the council's consideration of the nomination by the county executive of Mr. Donald Can for reappointment to the Baltimore County Design Review Panel. And Mr. Can, I believe, is on as well.
Mr. Can,
Yes, sir.
go right ahead. Tell us something.
Well, thank you for that. I appreciate the opportunity to be able to continue on the County Design Review Commission. I understand the value of the commission over the years. I was on the commission once before and have sat on several other design commissions in my career. I think the balance between good design and encouraging client input is very important. And I think the commission has done a very good job of balancing that. I think the county has an excellent staff that supports our group. And I think we've done a good job, and I'm pleased to continue, an opportunity to continue.
Mr. Can, I know you guys have done, I know y'all have done a good job. And I could not have said it better myself in terms of the importance of your work. And if anybody wants to just try to imagine, think about a mosaic versus organized, beautiful design, and that's the big difference. So is there a motion to approve Mr. Can's appointment?
So moved.
I'll second it. It's been moved and seconded. Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Mr. Jones,
Aye.
Mr. Marks,
Aye.
Mr. Katz,
Aye.
Mr. Quirk,
Aye.
Mr. Patoka,
Aye, and great to see you, Mr. Khan.
Thank you.
Mr. Crandall,
Aye.
Mrs. Bevins.
Aye.
Okay, the ayes have it. The appointment is confirmed. Congratulations, Mr. Can. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Sure. Mr. Secretary, next item, please.
Mr. Chairman, next is the council's consideration of the nomination by the county executive of Matt Renault to the Baltimore, for reappointment to the Baltimore County Design Review Panel.
Okay.
And Mr. Renault is on as well, I believe, sir.
Okay, Mr. Renault, floor is yours, sir.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity to serve Baltimore County. I've been a resident for 9 years. I've worked all over the United States and internationally, but it's been very rewarding to have an impact here at home. So thank you for the opportunity to help different portions of the county live up to design excellence and the great things that all of you are doing.
Okay, thank you so
Oh,
very
that's
much.
easy.
Mr. Renaud. And I would like to just thank you as well as the other nominees for your hard work and dedication to the
Okay, so I
board.
should keep it on till I go to sleep.
Councilman Patoka, if you don't mind muting your mic, sir. Thank you. Mr. Renaud, I'd like to thank you. Yes, give me 1 second, Councilman Katz. I want to thank you so much for all your hard work and dedication. All the members of the board are doing tremendous work, and it makes Baltimore County a better place for all of us. And I just want to thank you. Now, Councilman Katz.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Renaud. What are some of the drawings behind you on the wall?
Yeah, those are some planning projects we've been working on actually over in Germany over the past year or so. So even though things have been shut down, we've been working everywhere we can.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And we're glad to know you can still squeeze in time to help us here in Baltimore County. So we thank you. Any additional questions or comments? Congratulations to everyone. And of course, Mr. Sharma, the floor is still open for you, sir. Although we're running out of real estate here, running out of time. Mr. Secretary, next item, please.
Mr. Chair, we do need a motion and second on this confirmation vote.
Motion.
And second it. Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Mr. Jones?
Aye.
Mr. Katz?
Aye.
Mr. Patoka?
Aye.
Mr. Marks? Mr. Marks?
Aye.
Mrs. Bevins?
Aye.
Mr. Crandall?
Aye.
Mr. Quirk?
Aye.
Guys have it. The appointment is confirmed. Mr. Secretary, next item, please. And thank you for the save.
Yes, sir. Next is Resolution 34-21. This is a resolution to approve of the applications and the ranking of 5 agricultural easements through the Maryland Agricultural Land Preservation Foundation. This is for introduction only this evening.
Okay, Mr. Secretary, next item, please.
Next is Resolution 35-21. This is a resolution to approve the continuation of the state of emergency pursuant to the initial executive order number 2020-002. For introduction only this evening.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Is there any further business to come before the council?
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
I believe Mr. Sharma is on by phone. Give me 1 second and let me see if I have located him and let me unmute him.
Okay.
Mr. Sharma?
And while we're doing that, if I can, Mr. Chairman, I would also just like to indicate for the record that Resolution 80-20, which was introduced in August of 2020 and was deferred, is also it's being taken off the deferral list and will be. So it's already been introduced, so it doesn't need to be reintroduced. But I'm just going to reiterate that Resolution 80-20, which is the Gerst Farm Planned Unit Development Resolution, will be on the April 13th work session and the April 19th legislative session. I don't know, Mr. Marks, is that correct?
Mr. Boswick, you pull that resolution. I don't want to introduce that. We're not ready on that.
So that's still deferred then, sir?
That is correct. That is correct. Okay. Thank you.
And then 86, what I just said.
Got it.
Sorry.
Okay,
No
Mr. Sharma.
Mr. Sharma, are you there by phone?
Good evening. Yes. Can you hear me,
We can
please?
hear you.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much. So sorry for the inconvenience to everyone. Honorable Council Chairman, honorable board members, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Raj Sharma. I'm an engineer by profession, by trade. I'm an electronics engineer. I've been doing traffic signals for the Baltimore City for the last 20 years. That includes the maintenance, that includes engineering, and the operation of 1400 traffic signals and other ITS devices. In my previous experience, I've been working with the DPW at Water Analyzer Office. Before that, I was working as a shift engineer for steel mills. That's where I was doing the automation and control system, spare parts management, and that's basically, the overall my experiences. I can go in more detail, but just in the to save the time, so far I have done about $25 million projects with Baltimore City, and another about $25 million projects is in the pipeline. They are in works. Most important are the traffic management center of Baltimore City, replacing all the incandescent lamps to LED, communication projects, CCTV, all the technology projects that I've handled with Baltimore City. So that's my brief work history. If you have any questions, please ask me. And I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity. I'm excited to be contributing my services.
Mr. Raj Sharma, we certainly appreciate you and your willingness to work for us here in Baltimore County. Obviously, you have an extensive background like all the other nominees, and we are very fortunate to have you. And I'm so happy that we were able to get the communication fixed so that you can get on and share your story with us. So are there any questions or comments from any of the members?
Mr. Chair, just want to reiterate that as you heard by Mr. Sharman's curriculum vitae, that he is an outstanding individual and a great contributor to Baltimore County.
Thank you, Councilman Patoka. Anyone else? All right, thank you very much, Mr. Raj Sharma. And again, congratulations to you, sir, as well as congratulations to all the other nominees. Mr. Secretary, is there any further business to come before the council?
There is no further business, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, go right ahead, Councilman Patoka.
Councilman Patoka. Sorry, I didn't mention this earlier, but I just want to ask the council to think about the family of Michael Whitfield. He was the president of the McDonough Field Association and had passed away suddenly about a week and a half ago. So if the council and friends could keep Mr. Whitfield and his family in their thoughts, I'd appreciate it.
Certainly will, sir.
Thank you.
Is there a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Guys have it. The meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much, everyone, and have a wonderful evening, and see you next week.
Good night.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Sure.